works a civilian job now, so it's not even military related, but so out of all the places, it was San Antonio. And I remember being in 5th grade being like, where the hell is that? I'm like,
what branch?
Navy. Yeah, it was rough because it was like, because here, like, middle school starts in 6th grade, and whereas in California, like, that's the, like, 6th grade is the mark to go. That makes sense. Like, it's still an elementary school. And so, like, I had known all my friends since, like, kindergarten or, like, preschool. And so it was just, like, a rough transition to go to, like, a completely new school at the end of elementary school where everyone's already known each other for so long. And then to go to my middle school that I went to is completely different zone as my elementary school. So, like, all my other friends went to this other middle school, and I had to go to a completely, like, new school again. And then we all combined back for high school, and it was fine, but it was just, like, rough transitions. And I don't know if that really actually affected anything in my writing at all. I don't think so.
Why did you choose Texas State?
That's a funny story. So originally I was coming for theater education because I was heavily involved in high school and theater and a little bit in middle school. And it is a hard industry, so I didn't want to be reliant on being just an actor, so I kind of wanted to have something that, yes, I could go act in the world, but I also would have a day job kind of thing. And so, like, theater education was like, okay, safe. But then as, like, it approached to, like, come here, I started, like, having a panic. Like, I was going to be funneled into, like, one job, and I wanted a variety. And so I switched to mass comm. Okay, backtrack to, like, coming here. So originally looking for theater education, my mom recommended it. And I was kind of like, originally I really wanted to go out of state because I was like, I want to be an adult, Mom. I'm glad I didn't. But I looked at, I think I applied to like 5 colleges. I applied here, University of Colorado, University of Houston, and University of Evansville in Indiana. I got into all 5. I got into all the programs. And then I dated a guy for like nearly 2 years, and we broke up, and he did not want me to come into Texas State because he wanted me to, because he was in Houston, he wanted me to go to Houston. Which, you know, like, it makes sense, like, in a relationship, like, why? But, like, I was always kind of just like, well, if the program's better here, I'm going to go here.
Yeah.
But, I visited, like, literally the day after we broke up. And I was like, I walked on campus, I was like, okay, I'm done, I'm going here. I just loved it. I don't know, it's like, I guess it's the kind of the same feeling that people get when they try on wedding dresses. They're like, this is it.
You just know.
Yeah, it was, and I hadn't even, like, toured, it was like an unofficial tour, like, I literally just walked on campus. I didn't go tour a dorm, I didn't actually go in, like, really in any building except the student center, but I was like, sold, sign me up, and then I went home and I signed a housing contract. And then, it was also the first college that I got into. Like, I applied really early. I applied when, like, they opened in August. And then I heard back by, like, I think the 24th of August that I had gotten in. It was, like, kind of took me off guard because I was, like, I was, like, this is going to take a while to, like, hear back. And then I was, like, sitting in my bed, and I was, like, I got this email, and I was, like, I think I just got into college. But, yeah, no, it was just kind of, like, a thing. Like, I just walked on, and I was like, okay, I'm good. And that was a nice thing that I figured out later is the programs are all so good, even though football team's a little rough, you know. But
a little.
Yeah, just a tad.
It's a little.
Whoops. Yeah, go team.
I came from a high school where we were last in football, so it's
it's
not a big deal to me.
Yeah. Like, I still root for, like, Navy football because, like, that's a big deal in my house because, like, Army versus Navy.
My mom went to UT, so, like,
oh, yeah.
they have a good football team, so.
I don't know how we're playing A&M next year. Help. But I forgot what I was saying. Oh, crap. What was I saying? Oh, it was just a nice, like, to be able to switch into another program that was just as good. Like, I haven't had a professor that I like in the mass comm, like,
Mm-hmm.
like some of my like core professors. I was like, I need to get out of this class. But yeah, so far I've been happy with like the decision to like switch majors, and then I declared my minor with media studies, which is I enjoy, because I literally have a class where I watch movies and then critique movies, and I'm like, wow. All right, I'm like, I can do this. I do this on my spare time anyway.
So dream job currently is
I'd love to write for movies or direct movies. And I think like that would be a nice way to keep writing, not necessarily books, but
still a creative.
It's still it's a creative area. Like there's some books that I just want to like make a movie, like they'd be so good. Or remake a movie, like Percy Jackson. I'd so remake, because it could be so good if they casted people the right age. Oh, I was so mad. That's like middle school me being like petty about it. Like ideally, that's probably where I want to be. And like public relations is great because then I know how to market that side. And it, branding of marketing, all that great stuff that I like only know about because I'm an intern of PR right now. Whoops.
So do you think any of the people like Tess or the author of Troubled would be willing to talk to me about you?
I feel like Tess would be willing, but I feel like she'd be a little nipped that I mentioned her. Lauren, the author of Troubled, she might be open. She just started college this year, so I don't know how busy she is. And Tess is in Canada, so it's only 2 hours time difference though. But I haven't actually like called her to know if it charges like international. But yeah, I could ask. There's no harm in asking.
Because I'd love to get to talk to the people that were like.
Yeah, I don't know how willing Tess would be. Because it's kind of one of those things that she's gotten so far from it that she's
it's way old for her.
Like she went in to do journalism and like multimedia in Canada, and then she took like media law and kind of realized like, oh, it'd be cooler to be like a lawyer. So she's kind of like looking to go do media law, which is like, that's cool. I'm not smart enough for that. Deal, but.
And I guess just like, is there anybody else, like friends, colleagues, professors, family, that you think would like have a really good voice in your?
My friend Lily, because she hasn't read Lights, but she's read Bleeding Hearts.
Was that the second person that?
No, that was Chantal's roommate. Marissa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Lily goes here.
Oh, okay.
She lives in, I think, Thompson or something. But yeah, she'd probably honestly be willing. Yeah, she's read stuff. She's known me a while. We were in choir together. Like, she's seen me in my works. But yeah, no, she'd probably be willing to.
Can I relax just because then I can look her up on the email?
Yeah, it's Almager. Let me. I don't actually know yourself. Yeah, it's ALMAGUER.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look her up on the.
Yeah,
maybe
just
you
be
can
like,
give her a heads up that I'll be emailing her.
Don't do that. Or forget.
Are there any professors that you've connected with that know that you're writing?
So my English professor I read that paper for, he knows.
What is his name?
Graham Oliver. I love that man. Other than that, I've been in like rather like large classes where people like don't know. Like my like KTSW bosses know because it came up in my interview. I think that's kind of like professionally who would know. I think
What was your paper over?
The stigma around fan fiction. It was a good time.
And which people at KTSW are your specific?
Probably the best one to talk to is Janessa. She's the web content manager. Okay. I actually don't know her student email.
Yeah, but she's probably listed somewhere.
She'll be probably listed on the website, yeah. Because she just emails KTSW through the KTSW email. Okay. So, I don't know her actual.
Alright. I think that's it. Is there anything that I didn't ask you that like you feel like you wanted to talk about, or like even going back, something that you reflected on since I've asked you?
I could talk about something that influenced from like academia to the story. Okay. It's not in Lights, it's in Bleeding Hearts. Well, I guess it's a little bit in Lights. I took communications last year because I was a freshman, and we learned a communication model of like, it has like a name, and I can't remember the name, but it's a relationship communication model, and it shows, I have it saved on my computer. It basically kind of describes, I talk a lot about it in my afterword in Bleeding Hearts because I did plan a lot of that story, and so I was like, here was my planning, guys. This is how much thought went into this. And like the symbolism I like to use if you didn't notice it. That'd be miscellaneous. I saw it today because I was cleaning out my files. There it is. It's the NAPS model of relational development. And it's basically, there's two parts, and it's the coming together and then the coming apart. And so I particularly used that in the recent chapters of Lights. Yeah. So, like there's stagnating, avoiding, and then terminating. And there's a few others, like, but I can send it to you. And it's just really I used it a lot in Bleeding Hearts as well because the main character has a relationship that the dreams kind of interfere with, and kind of it causes her to pull apart her from the other person. What am I saying? But it's, here, I'll send that to you before I forget.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It was really interesting, and I don't know why it stuck with me, but I was like, I could so use this writing. But that's probably one of the most academic things that has gone into the books. And I mean, there's clearly like, anyone around me is kind of like subjected to possibly being put in a book. Possibly. In a chapter of Lights, the girl that her straw kept disappearing into her drink, that happened. And I have it on video somewhere. It was so funny. She was so angry. She's like, where's my straw? And I was like, it literally falling into your cup. She got like 7 straws.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, socially there's always going to be things that I pull from like real life and put in the books. But